That was a big whatever the fuck it
I don't know
was.
what that was.
Welcome everybody to the STD Podcast, episode 2.
Yeah.
Marriage and kids. But before we even get started, we would like to thank you for tuning in and subscribing and liking. A little knowledge about this is the first episode was the second time that all of us met up. So you're seeing this product in its infancy and watching it grow. So bear with us as we learn how to crawl before we run. With that being said, let me turn it over to Joe with the standings in our death pool.
All right, what's up, everybody? I'm Joe, back at you. We got a lot of bugs here today. We're live from my garage. We lit it up. We got the door open because we're trying to air it out here. So if we see a lot of bugs flying around, that's good. We got nobody live yet. That's okay. We just shared the link. Nobody died last week. We got a couple close. Artie Lang, what did Artie Lang do? He was out of rehab or something?
He just got busted again for having heroin, and he is locked up. But when heroin addicts get out, they usually try and shoot the same amount, so somebody could be getting points.
Right. So he's you'd think he'd be soon. And the Janelle from Teen Mom was
Janelle is definitely. I'm looking murder-suicide on that. Her husband's a nut job. That's the reason they don't have their kids now, is because her husband killed the dog in front of them. So chances are I might be getting some points with that one. Betty White is still alive and doing well. Sorry about your luck.
Yeah.
nothing's
For
bad.
my 3 points or whatever I get.
So let's kick it off with
What's going on with me?
exactly what's going on with you.
Bought myself a minivan. Working on my dad brand.
Did you get the Pacifica or the Toyota Sienna? Which
The Pacifica.
okay.
Yeah.
That's a quality. That's legit.
2017 at Stone Go.
I had a Stone Go. I had a 2010 Caravan with a Stone Go.
Yeah.
The problem is though, like when you go on vacation, sometimes you end up putting shit in the Stone Go because it's like it's a stove spot. So you always forget about that.
Storage. Yeah.
And then when you're like having your buddies in, you want to fucking load up a bunch of drums or something to go somewhere. You gotta worry about all the crap in there.
You want to drop the seats, but then you got everything underneath.
Right.
A minivan is a highly underrated vehicle.
That was my first car back in high school. Back in '93, I had a Ford.
Your parents were just trying to make sure you definitely didn't get laid.
That's funny thing. I didn't get laid. You'd think with a big ass minivan I would get laid, but no, my buddies did.
Them old school shaggin' wagons you used to get laid all the time, but a minivan is not really that sexually appealing.
I had a Ford Aerostar. My parents had a Ford Aerostar minivan back in the '90s. We would go all across the country.
Ford Aerostar.
Yeah, all across the country, all kinds of vacations.
If you remember last year when they kept breaking into or still in the minivans and driving them through the building, stealing in ATMs?
Oh yeah,
they stole our minivan out of our driveway, drove it through a building in East Cleveland.
Nice.
Then East Cleveland police called me and tried to tax me $300 for them storing it till I could come and look at it to see if I wanted it or not.
No, that's East Cleveland for you.
They're like, either you can pay us $300 or you can sign over the title. So I went through and got bullets, but I had taken the guy with bullets and shit. But yeah, that shit happened.
Nice.
Yeah.
We got nobody watching us.
Yeah, it's all right. It's all right. 18-year-old me would be kicking my $34 self on the ass for like being happy I bought a minivan. You know.
Well, I'm going backwards. Like when I was 16, 17,
man.
I got whatever. I mean, I'm like living the opposite way. I haven't.
Minivans are high. They're just awesome vehicles.
Well, you're not going to get pulled over in a minivan.
No,
you can
transport anything.
Dude, you could run coke from if you.
Yes.
I mean, if we're talking, hypothetical here. We're not talking about illegal stuff. Obviously, we don't condone any illegal activity here.
No.
Spray Table Degenerates podcast, but if you just
don't do drugs, kids.
If you want to just take one of your kids or one of your
vitamins,
get big. Yeah, if you wanted to like take a bunch of bales from the cartel and just bring an 8-year-old in a minivan, they're never gonna pull you over. You can make it across 8 states, dude. Nothing's gonna.
I have a theory too, and I've told my wife this theory. Check this shit out. If you ever drive past a cop and they're doing radar and you're speeding a little bit, if you're a guy in the passenger seat, just put your head down and do this. Act like you're arguing with your old lady. Not going to pull you over because no cop really wants to deal with that bullshit.
That's very true. Very true.
Just act like you're in distress.
I always wanted to try the bees one that they did in what was it, Tommy Boy? When he got that car and they start yelling, "Bees! Bees are everywhere!"
I think it was Black Sheep.
Yeah, it was Black Sheep.
Are you allergic?
Tommy Boy Part 2, Black Sheep, same thing.
What did they say? Are you allergic? I don't know. I'm not sure. It's been a while. You want to risk it?
No,
let's go back.
So, what's up with you?
I got a birthday coming up in 2 days.
2 days?
38.
38?
Yeah, man.
Bitch, dude.
Can't believe it.
You're still younger than Tom Brady, though.
No. Oh, yeah, I am. Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
So you're going to Drew Brees, Tom Brady, Philip Rivers? You're going to like 6, 7 quarterbacks in the league, dude.
I should be
You're a young buck, brother.
Yeah,
Fuck
Big
yeah.
Ben's like a month or two younger than me, I think, something like that.
Tom Brady's 7 months younger than me. So I'm like right up in there. There's still a
So
couple
how you celebrating the birthday?
Oh, it's gonna be Memorial Day weekend. Got some hang out with some family, friends, drink some beers, grill some brats. You know.
What kind of brats you like?
Yeah,
Like the cheddar brats or the bacon cheddar? Or what?
it's the standard, whatever that standard flavor is. Just smoky. I don't know.
He likes the
Beef
damn hot dog
ass.
brats.
Yeah.
It don't really matter what flavor. Really, it doesn't really matter what flavor a brat is.
I'm a simple man.
It's either good brats or shit brats. It don't really matter.
I'm
the
not a
flavor.
fan of like the cheddar cheese infused.
Yeah,
You know, I like cheese on it, but not in it. You know.
See, I don't like cheese on it
It's
either.
probably the worst, like lowest grade cheese ever.
Oh,
Like
it's
stuff
like
they inject in there. That's like the trimmings from like the old Velveeta, like the stuff they sweep off the Velveeta factory floor.
That's
they,
what's
they,
inside the
they,
hot
they
dog.
don't sell it
it
to
is.
Johnsonville.
I want to say that I don't want to play out that hot dog cheese gun, dude. The thing they caulk the hot dogs with. That's gotta be gross as hell. Like, oh,
The hot dog.
Yeah.
you know, okay. Like say this shell right here is the hot dog. You know what I
Right.
mean? And you're injecting the cheese in there.
Oh yeah, yeah.
They got to do it somehow, like they do the Twinkies and shit. So like to clean out that machine is gonna be gross as fuck.
Yes.
So what's up with you?
Well, I didn't do the Michigan show, man, because I was tired and that was a fucking 2.5 hour drive. I am the though. I didn't just no call no
Staring,
show.
no, I was gonna say you're staring daggers at him. I could tell. Just looking
I,
at the back
I
of your
didn't.
head, I
Well,
could tell
I,
that.
dude, I was
Like his headset, so that's like tensing up
It
a little
turned
bit.
red.
Yeah,
The eyes on the
Eyes,
back of my
yeah,
head are
the
staring
eyes.
at you like, dude, look. Either you want to try and do it or you don't want to do it, and I understand that, but you're never going to learn anything fucking with these Lakewood dudes.
Oh, I know. I didn't do
You
anything
need
with
to
the.
go to that show and just flex your muscles a little bit.
Oh, I'm not saying.
I would have rode with you and I would have done a spot.
There was other shits
Yeah,
in play
well.
too. It wasn't just me not wanting to do the show. I just physically couldn't make it work with work and the.
Sometimes
The kids
that
and
stuff
stuff,
gets
oh,
in the
yeah.
way. I understand that. Trust me.
If it
More
was
than anything.
like here or like a different spot, like actor or something, for sure that was a 3 hour drive.
Well, I was talking to my mentor about this the other day too, and which my buddy D Hawk, he's like a brother to me, but nonetheless, he was the one that got me into comedy. And it's like you're away from it and you itch for it, then you're meant to be in it. You get what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
Like me, if I'm away from the stage too long, I start getting that itch. You know, I start fucking telling jokes I shouldn't be telling around kids and shit. And it's just time for me to get on a stage and just let loose for a good 10, 15 minutes. And then I'm good again. But you absolutely should have went to Michigan, if at all possible. And next time, let me know. I'll ride down with you.
All right, for sure.
You just need to, if you want to do it, do it. And there was another one of you two that wanted to do it, and
Pat was talking.
don't
about
hesitate. Go do it. I'm telling you now. Either you're gonna love it or you're not.
See, I'm just getting up in front of people was always. I was never the best.
See, I'm
speaker.
antisocial, but you put me on in front of a. I'm great
I'm very
facing a crowd.
antisocial.
I'm not very good in a crowd. Like I flip out in a crowd because I have a feeling everybody's watching me and against me. But that's growing up on the east side of Cleveland.
Later.
You know.
We also have my daughter Kayla's in the live audience today. Watch out.
Hello.
And her boyfriend Bryce is here.
Yeah.
You know it. All right, what else? I went to bingo earlier. You had bingo for the. No, I didn't do the
Y'all
bingo.
laugh, but that is a lot of fun.
No, I wasn't doing that. I got to vote. We got once a year. We have to do bingo, work the bingo for the church. So I did that, and my feet are killing me, bro. That shit hurts. I got to walk around selling
You ain't
King of the
shit,
Mountain,
bitch.
King of the Mountain.
Oh, they had you doing that, dude. Let me
I
tell
sold a
you.
lot of tickets though.
Let me tell you about the first time I ever went to bingo with my wife. All right, this bingo was raw. It was a ghetto ass bingo. It was a ghetto ass bingo hall. All right.
What was it? What was it? A church? Where was it?
Hell yeah, it was a church, but they got on the microphone that they called the numbers out. It was like, whichever one of you ladies shit in the ladies' room, y'all need to go clean that shit up. We all need to use this bathroom, you nasty motherfuckers.
Bye,
It was
Joe.
ghetto as shit.
I'm walking.
All right, take it easy, man.
You guys, bro.
Kayla is leaving the studio audience. So that was the. We had a studio audience for about 30 seconds. That's all right. That's all
Give it
right.
up to us. We had an audience for 30 seconds.
And
And they're out. But yeah, it was ghetto as shit,
Hold on,
man.
I'm taking this beer.
All right, go ahead.
And she's back.
She came back to the bear, so
And
she
she's
wants
gone.
some road beers. It's all right. It's all
Road beer.
right. All right. What else?
I don't know if I could do stand up. I don't think I'm that funny.
You are though. Everybody's funny in their own way. Like my
90%
style's not going to work for you or for him or for anybody else.
of it in my eyes is just fucking just telling the jokes. I mean, you're just getting over the once you get over the being up there and you know you don't care. These people aren't going to give a fuck about you after the day. They're not going to remember you. You know what I mean? Like, just roll.
But when you start doing bigger shows and you start doing
the
shows
audiences
like,
are bigger. Oh yeah,
you do
oh,
private
yeah.
parties and like I did a private party for a psychiatrist and I couldn't cuss at all.
Well.
And I'm a very big cusser on stage. Like my jokes, but I like to have all my jokes have like a sense of truth to them because that way they're easier to remember. They're just stories.
Hey,
You
if
get
you're
what
telling
I'm
a story,
saying?
it's a lot easier to memorize
Right.
than some fucking lines.
As opposed to these one-off observation jokes, which you get a cheap laugh, but I want a sustained laugh.
Right.
And each one of my jokes, I always write 2 punchlines to. I write a dirty punchline and a dirtier punchline. That's just the way I go. But yeah, you should absolutely, if you ever wanted to try it, just try it.
Yeah.
That way you have no regrets. Because then you try it, if you would be good at it or not.
Yeah.
The key is if your first show hits, or even if it doesn't hit, but if you do okay in your first show, like you'll come back for a second show. Like nobody is ever, if you go up there and you try it once and you bomb, you're not gonna have the fucking thing.
I didn't bomb for my first 6 months of doing stand-up. The bomb is the absolutely most
Oh,
discouraging.
dude, it's
Like
so
I've
bad.
seen people bomb so bad, I felt bad for them.
Yeah.
Like I walked up to him like, "Damn, dude, are you all right?" That shit sucked. His name's Ballhead Fred, by the way. This dude had made a fucking career out of
Alright,
bombing.
we're not.
He is like the terrorist of comedy.
Hello.
Yeah, we got our
Hey,
audience
she's
back.
back.
Yay.
I got feedback that says everybody's saying you're terrorizing the podcast. That's good.
Do you want me to pause?
No,
Say what?
nobody needs posing. What else? Oh, I was talking about something else. I can't remember about that. I was gonna say that's
Going stand up, going up to Michigan.
Stand up,
Not going to
Michigan.
Michigan.
We was continuing on the stand up thing. I forgot. Oh, the bombing. Yeah, dude. When I was I had a show up at the Barrio. They used to. Well, they just still have Barrio's still open.
They don't do shows no more.
Yeah, I don't do shows no more. It was on Monday
Yeah,
night.
good tacos, man.
And man, I couldn't. The light was so bright. Like I wasn't used to because several of the times I've done it has been up at East End. So East End's just a bar by the dartboard.
East End is ghetto as fuck.
East End is nice. I like it.
It's ghetto.
You go there and stand up, it's just nice. The
Yeah, standard.
All right, let's chill out in the audience. Yeah, don't do that. Don't do that. You're not on camera. For real, put your
You're
feet
gonna
up.
have us completely out of commission.
Yeah, you do that. We're fucked.
Was it falling? No.
Yeah, do not. Put
We
your feet up.
are. Sit down. See if we can see you.
Yeah, Tom's doing. Yeah, Tom, okay,
Yeah, we're good now.
Do not put your giant slippers up on there.
Sorry for the technical difficulties.
Might have the mic.
But yeah, let me explain my first bomb to you guys, all right? So y'all can get a good picture of what the fuck happened, all right?
Am I good, Tom?
Yeah, good.
This first comedian gets called up. He does 5 minutes of the most racial shit ever. This black dude gets up to try and start fighting with him, right? That was the first act. The second act comes up, does more racial material, challenges a black dude from the audience to come do push-ups against him in a push-up competition. Then they called my bald-headed white ass to go up third.
Yeah.
So I go up, and they called me by the wrong name. They called me Dan instead. And I was still relatively new, so it threw me all off. And I get up and I go, wow, I now know what it feels like to be a newborn at an abortion clinic. And it went down from there. Like I walked out and I was like, that's it, I quit. I did good for 6 months. I'm done. I'm getting out now. And my mentor called me. He goes, you bombed. No, I was like, oh, I bombed bad. He was like, good. You effing needed that.
Yeah.
He was like, now your ego came down a little bit. Now you'll get better. And ultimately, I did. That's what I was telling him. It don't have to be a hit every time. It's a learning. You get what I'm saying? It's just like everything else. You have to learn, or you have to crawl before you can run.
Right.
So even if you don't get up there, you ain't never gonna know if you're gonna be any good at it.
It's the bombing for me, like dead, like telling a joke and you go no reaction, just
Crickets?
silence. Crickets.
Oh, it's death. It's death. It was like
man,
that.
that would.
Oh, there's been the last show I did up at East End was like that. It was like some of the jokes that I got the show before were hitting.
Yeah.
But then this last show, the last one, I can't remember what guy was. Valentine's Day maybe, or maybe the show after Valentine's Day, North Korea or something. Because I did it, and it was like I get up there, and I'm just staring there, and you tell the joke, and you're like, "This is gonna kill." And you get up there, and like Pat said, it's just fucking crickets. And we're being distracted here by a couch lifting contest in the background. It's like,
It's like the first time I bombed. There's some exercise in the background. It's a little soft.
Joe, I don't know where my phone is.
your phone's in the couch. I told you that.
I looked for it. I just lifted up the
So-
couch.
What's going on with me?
Yeah, what's going on?
Hi, Tom.
How's it going?
So my daughter's
All right,
getting braces
Mr.
next Friday.
That's when I had braces for, what was it? 4 years in middle school.
1974 Gumby.
It sucked. I had the ones though that were like the metal bands that go around your teeth.
Let me do it.
Oh, they had
I
oh, yeah.
my hands in
Metal bands
the
go around your teeth, and they had to hammer them in all the way around.
Oh,
I still
yeah.
remember in middle school,
and
my mouth hurt so bad,
Take
but I
that.
was so hungry. I really hadn't eaten anything in like a day.
No.
I couldn't touch my teeth together. Like I couldn't sleep because as soon as my jaw like relaxed, my teeth touched. It was like being punched in the mouth. But I still remember the first meal I ate was pierogies at middle school, and I had to chop them up real small to the size of like dice and just throw it in the back of my throat and swallow.
Screw that.
So you had to be a fucking seal catch a fish
Right.
in order to eat.
To just to eat because I couldn't even touch my teeth together. They hurt that bad for like probably several days after I got them
I'm
on.
so glad technology has changed.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think my daughter can go through that.
And so then eventually the pain subsided and it came down.
Give me.
But then after that, every month I'd get them retightened, but it was never that bad.
So yeah, she's getting braces. It's not going to be that bad because it's like the new technology shit.
Yeah.
But that's awesome for her. School's about to be out, which means the kids are going to be home, annoying the hell out of everybody.
Yeah.
I'm good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Thank you.
it's going to be fun, man.
It's
And we got
expensive too now. How much are braces now?
Luckily we got insurance. It's paying for it all. Because it ain't coming out of my pocket.
Yeah.
I can assure you.
Yeah, but that's another topic we're gonna talk about.
I'd be making some with barbed wire.
Yeah, yeah.
Look,
We're
we're going to hillbilly your teeth back together. How about that? But it's Memorial Weekend. Everybody's going to be cooking out except for people like me who don't have family they get along
Well,
with.
I just thought you just ate the food before it got to the grill. You just couldn't wait for it to be cooked.
I'm down 3 whole pounds, sir.
I know,
3 whole pounds.
You're up 3 gym check-ins too. He's still on his week.
Oh yeah. Well, no, you notice I don't check in and
And
take
it's your
selfies.
wife. It's your wife.
And it's awesome for her because she's staying motivated and do what you do. Oh, you want me to take a picture with you? I'm cool with it. I'm not going to post. I never really post updates on my life. I like to kind of keep that mystique because I do so many things in the public eye that's my private thing. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I really keep that at a distance. But she posts the shit out of it. Everything's. We've been at the gym 3 times. Thanks. They didn't know when to break in our house.
Well, some
We live in the hood.
Yeah, some of that's kind of like motivation for her.
Absolutely.
And she has to. That's like kind of her keeping accountable to herself.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh, I support her wholeheartedly.
So,
You know we're live on the podcast, right? You wait. Stick your hand in the middle part of the couch to the side, and then go through the hole and put towards the back. That's your
We
not that part.
We have a phone crisis. Phone fell on the couch, and it's
For the second time.
for the second time.
there's a code red.
But yeah, so we're gonna start having cookouts. And, I have no.
Yeah.
So I'm looking to adopt a family. If anybody would have my fat ass for a cookout, I don't eat much because I am trying to lose weight. I eat 1 chicken wing at a time. So anybody wants to adopt me, I'm open for adoption.
Did I just wait till like 2 o'clock and look on Facebook and be like, whoever wants food, come over and just crash that party?
I don't trust everybody's cooking though.
Yeah, it's freaking.
That's why
I want to see your kitchen before I even eat anything.
That's why you go there and grace. Look, you go to the house, like, hey, can I use the restroom real quick? And you kind of make a beeline through the kitchen.
Oh yeah, if you got to fucking
Check out.
dance around the roaches, you ain't going nowhere near no food.
Well, it's also fucking. I mean, the meat's usually cooked before you even get to the grill, so it's like.
No.
I mean,
What meat are you cooking?
Yeah.
Well, the bratwurst and shit
Oh,
are.
I'm thinking like,
You don't trust other people's chicken.
get the double dragon going on.
I even look at my Oh, it was bad.
Oh.
I've only had food poisoning
Sitting on the
twice in my
top.
life. Once was a Mexican
Yeah.
I've
pizza.
had food poisoning 3 times, and it was terrible.
Yeah, the one time you had food poisoning, you were in the hospital.
I was.
It feels like it's like the boat ride in Willy Wonka. You remember that? And in the last 5 minutes of Requiem for a Dream.
Hold on.
If you know what I'm talking about, going just like replay, going,
Yeah.
yeah, it's not good.
Well, we're getting midgets level 9 up in this place. If you guys remember the 2007 playoffs when Java Chamberlain was smacking midgets off his
I
back,
had food
that's
poisoning.
not in 2007. You were. No, I don't think I knew you. in 2007.
It was. No,
I meant in 2007. I meant in
Alright,
2007.
and I had food poisoning in 2009.
All right, well that's not 2007.
Alright,
So
then I'm
let's
just
move on to our first topic of the night.
Oh, abortion. This is gonna be good. Yeah, this is where we get. Oh, yeah.
Don't
There we
do
go.
it.
Well, a little
Don't do it.
backstory
Don't
is-
do it.
Apparently now we're going in reverse in this country, and now abortion.
We're not.
All right, this isn't your podcast. Go.
I'm still here and you
All right,
can't
well,
do
if you want to be in the audience, that's fine. You know what? This
Here.
isn't
Go and get.
this isn't Ricky Lake.
Go on.
So
This ain't the Price
Okay,
is Right.
Mr. Timmy.
you literally just got attacked by I don't know what the hell.
Hey,
That's like-
hey, Kayla, you got that letter though? Sure, you got that letter?
No, because you want to talk about abortion, so you want
Can
to.
you-
You want the later?
you-
Nope.
What's that name?
Oh, what's the guy's
Can
name?
you
I
close
look
the
like a
close the
dude.
door?
Yeah, we're
That's-
getting midgets.
down
Like
I don't
shit.
remember his name.
But yeah, apparently we're going in reverse in this country now, and now it's become another a big issue again as far
I'll
as.
talk about
Careful,
abortion
careful.
with you.
With the
Go ahead. Go ahead. Someone start.
Dude, no, can't be doing this.
You just said that you're going to talk about
Well,
abortion.
go sit on the couch and observe. That's
Why
what the
can I
audience
not
does,
talk
motherfucker.
about it
This
with
isn't.
you?
Maybe the audience idea was.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
Sometimes we learn again.
Now, this
Watch us
happened-
crawl before we walk.
This happened to Jimmy Kimmel Live. Jimmy Kimmel Live. This is like third show. This chick got loaded in the front row. Dude, you remember that?
No,
I've never
I,
seen that.
I've never seen Jimmy Kimmel Live, honestly.
I've seen the show, but I never saw that.
Well,
one.
they used to let people drink during the show, but they stopped that after like the third show because somebody got drunk in the audience. This chick.
I don't think we need 3 for this lesson.
No, for sure on that. Well, I mean, I don't know. It is
So-
what it is.
Again, as I was saying, now a lot of the guys are turning into these pro-choice. You get what I'm saying? They're all jumping on the pro-choice bandwagon. And my theory behind that is it's a lot cheaper to pay for $300 for the abortion than to try to kick the bitch down the steps and have to spell out on the felony. So a lot of guys are like, look, let her get it sucked out. Plus, if you got a chick that's down to get an abortion, she can't get that abortion no more, she's never letting you hit it wrong again. Right?
True.
So all these guys are like, no, look, you can't tell a woman what to do with her body.
What the fuck is she doing? You all right?
Open it.
You gotta go around.
So the Alabama law was passed.
Shut
So
your
basically
fucking
that
mouth, and I'm not joking.
the Alabama law
It's
was passed that you
wrong.
can't even do it like in rape and incest.
Where is she?
Ohio's gonna have
Rape
one
and
like that, but they kind of like
incest.
let that.
Have you ever
They
seen
reversed
Fear
that.
Factor? 'Cause I'm gonna
Okay,
fuck you up.
incest.
Yeah.
They said 0.005% of cases with abortion involve incest.
Have you drove through Alabama?
It's
I
not
bet that
okay.
statistic's nowhere near right.
Is that national or is
That was
That's just Alabama. Yuck. Yeah.
I meant for him the statistic of like 0.001%.
Yeah, what's the validity of the statistic?
It was the meme. It was either Florida or Alabama. It was like 0.00 something. It's like one
That
out of every
statistic
1,000
is brought to you by a
And
meme.
you know it's wrong, so
That's already
why
not
are you
facts.
even sticking up to that?
But yeah, I believe you can't tell a woman what to do with her body. Just like, check this shit out. Who's to say in a couple years they don't come out and go, all right, if you make so much money, or if you make so little money, you have to get a vasectomy. You get what I'm saying? Once you start letting somebody tell you what to do with a person's body, it's easier for them to tell you what to do with everybody.
Well, my whole thing on that part, on the do what you do with your body, that's fine. But like, if say I decide to have relations with a woman and we get pregnant or whatever, I get pregnant, she is allowed to decide no matter what happens to the baby. I have no say, whatever. But even if she decides to keep the baby, I have to pay for it, even if I don't want to. But if I want to keep the baby and she doesn't want to, she can just do whatever. You know what I mean?
That's her body, though.
You can't say what the fuck
I am on the
is
air.
wrong.
Seriously, I'm on the fucking air, dude.
And I'm not gonna blow you out like that, but don't
Just
do that.
shut up. All right. So so I mean, if I can't have a say, then or if she wants to do that, then fine. But let me opt out of child support. You know what I mean? I mean that's just, you can't have a double standard like that. You can't say that just a woman has a say, but I'm on the hook all the time.
But technically, it's her body. That's the whole difference. If you got pregnant and you had a choice, then, or if you got pregnant, you would have the choice.
Do you not realize?
But dudes
you
can't have
didn't
babies.
get raped?
Therefore, the responsibility
You
all
did not
belongs
get
with women.
raped,
Yeah.
right? No, yeah, and that's what you're telling me to go away. You
So
didn't
basically,
get raped.
like I was,
did.
thought that idea was that like if men could get pregnant, it would be legal. That's the big thing about it.
I think it's very hypocritical. I don't think it's the government trying to control something they really should have no control of. Nobody should have a say on what somebody else can do with their body. Period.
Well, the problem too is that everybody always thinks that the other party is all the extreme. Like all pro-lifers think that.
Oh, and by the
All
way,
pro-
this subject did not come up just because Trump is in office either.
Oh no,
No,
this
This
was
shit's been bubbling for a long time.
Well, I'm no Roe v. Wade. It was 1973. It was
Right.
like 3 or 4. I was born. That was a long time ago. We're talking 50-year anniversary coming up. But what was the point I was making?
I don't know. I cut you off.
Well, I know. I was looking up memes of this because I was trying to find the funny stuff just to respond to somebody.
This dude went abortion memes.
Yeah.
There ain't no good ones.
Well, what's funny is a lot of them popped up that were like from like 2012. So I think in 2012, some legislation was going to be passed or something was going on at that point where they wanted to overturn it, or another law was coming up through the books to try to get something happen. But I don't know.
So where do you stand on the subject?
It's her choice. It's the woman's body. I can't say.
Where do you stand?
Well, that's the point I was making. That's the point I was making. The thing about all the pro-choice people want to have murder up till or abortion up till the 9th month. That's not the case.
What's funny? Trump actually said that what they're going to do is they're going to give birth to the baby, like normal birth. They're going to be holding the baby, and then the mother and the doctor decide whether or not to keep it or not.
It's not how it works.
He said that at a rally like last week.
And then all the pro-choice side thinks that all the pro-life side is like, oh, we need to have no abortions even if it's rape or incest. I would say, I don't know off the top of my head what the number is, but you got to have, even our pro-lifers, it's got to be 90% or 80 to 90% or higher. It doesn't, rape or incest. They'll say, oh, there's one baby, there's one mother who raised a baby. Okay, if the mother wants to raise that baby, fine. But, you can't force somebody who's been raped to have a baby. That's wrong. You know what I mean?
Right, because then you're looking at this kid who's a product of your
reliving that
rape.
event.
And you're like, well, you kind of look like your dad, this scumbag who raped me. And it creates an odd chemistry between mother and child as well. Where do you stand on it?
I'll be honest, this is not really one of my favorite topics to discuss, but
The only single guy, this should be interesting.
I don't know. It's going with Tom said, it should be her decision.
Up to a certain point, you can't,
Here's my thing.
Once it's viable on its own, like preemies.
Right, the baby can live outside the mother.
At that point, no way.
Yeah.
That's just so ridiculous.
Yeah.
Once it's past
I agree
the
with that.
actual tadpole stage where he actually has arms and legs, then maybe. But here's my thing. Have you ever been to a store and you see mothers who really shouldn't be mothers and they're screaming at their kids and yelling at their kids? If we get rid of abortion, imagine how many more mothers that are unfit screaming at their kids are going to be at
well, that's where a lot of pro-lifers go wrong. Or not even a lot, but a lot of, people on the right, the GOP, go wrong, is that you can't be pro-life and not acknowledge that you have to fund foster care, you have to have adoption credits. You have to have, it's a healthcare issue to begin with. If you had sustainable preventative healthcare that was provided, by who? By the government, whoever, you wouldn't have all these unwanted pregnancies that would necessitate abortions. I mean, you know what I mean?
Well, why don't we do it different? Why don't we make all the parents or all the people who get pregnant when they go in to sign up for WIC or for food stamps or for any kind of insurance involving the pregnancy, make them take a parenting test. If they fail, they get an automatic abortion.
Well, you can't. I don't think you can take a baby test without amnio, unless.
No, not a baby test. A parenting test.
You're
Like
saying,
a logic test.
Oh, you're
To see if you're worthy of being a parent. And if not, they strap you down to a machine kind of like they do the fucking lethal injection. They stick the hose up you and suck the baby out. Better luck next time.
It's a little extreme. What's that? Oh, you had it last. I don't know that.
So
In the door,
the test you're like, so your baby's sitting there with a 5-pound diaper. What do?
I'm watching Ricky Lake. Hook up the vacuum. That's exactly how it goes.
Just carry a second flower around in high school. Baby test.
Give them one of them little cayenne babies. See if they can shut that bitch up.
I have one
The one where you had to put the key in. I can't wait for my daughter to have to do that shit.
The classic.
I cannot wait. I remember my niece had to do it. It drove her nuts. Now she has
I
2 kids.
2 liters. I remember people that did that Central. I remember Hernan did that. Yeah, and the whole thing in a little blanket, you had to carry a fucking 2-liter pop around.
No, they actually have babies that cry
It
now.
was like
You
a
have to
baby
put
dog,
a key in
huh?
the back of them.
Oh, so you could so like simulate
Yeah.
the baby's pooping and all that?
Yeah, and then they hook it up to a machine and it gives them this whole demographic of, well, you left the baby crying for an hour. What was you doing? Well, I was playing basketball. You failed.
Well, honestly, taking care of babies, if they're not like the colicky, cryy type babies, it's not really that bad. I mean, most of the time they're usually cute and bouncing.
I ain't even gonna lie. My daughter pissed on me one time when she was a baby, and I paid my niece to change her diaper every time I had it. I wasn't watching her.
I didn't mind
It was
changing
$5 a pop. I hated diapers.
I didn't mind diapers at
You
all.
ain't pissing on me.
I don't mind diapers.
Yeah, to me, I mean, I've seen. I mean, I've changed adult diapers. I've changed kid diapers, and kids diapers is just whatever. It doesn't matter. You change an adult diaper, just you could give a fuck about a kid's diaper. It's nothing. It's a little tiny mess, especially if they're babies. It's only a little brown splotch on the thing.
Okay.
Wipe it up, powder, switch out the diaper, good to go.
I think I've changed 4 or 5 today, and it was nothing.
Nice.
No
Actually,
problem, because I had them all day. Wife was working, so I was like, "It's no problem." You know,
I can
easy.
actually contribute to this, even though I never had kids. I did change my nephew's diapers. So.
Yeah. Look at that. So, all you ladies out
See,
there, Pat is
yeah.
dad worthy, man. You can change diapers and shit.
Oh, yeah.
I never changed.
I have a
diapers
serious
before I was
question for you, though.
What's up?
Now, I don't know if people know this or not, but you have a roommate who's your mother. Now, when you try to get down, do you
Yeah.
have to like sneak her in while mom's sleeping, or do you just kind of go, "Yo,
Thanks
mom,
for
I'm about
having
to
me.
get some"?
Yes, I live at home currently.
That wasn't an insult. I was just
I know.
Because I was thinking about it this week, and I was really pondering it because it's been a time since I've lived with my parents. How would you-
I don't normally bring them home. You know, that's a little weird. I'll go to their place or something.
Or a hotel or something like that. Yeah. I mean, I lived there. When I was
But
in
it would be
I
fun to
lived
go, "Hey, come on in, but don't wake up my mom."
No,
I'm just imagining like did you ever watch Big Bang Theory?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
Howard Lawrence.
I was just wondering. I don't even know what brought this shit into my mind. This week.
you never in high school or like when when did you move out of your house?
I was the fat kid in high school.
Well, and when did you move out of your parents' house though? How old
Uh,
were you? You're in your 20s?
I was in my 20s.
I mean, you never brought a girl back when you're
Well,
your
my
parents'
wife
house?
lived there, but that was different.
I mean, like the first time you and your wife was at your parents' house. I mean, you had nobody.
Yeah, but I had the basement apartment, so I didn't really. Growing up, I always had the basement apartment, so I was completely cut off from the rest of the house.
Section. Yeah, I said that.
Well, I mean, if I had a girl over, I would just go in the basement or a different room or something. No big deal. I mean, or you just do when the parents ain't.
I'm starting to realize why we have couches in here.
Well, I mean, usually you just wait till your parents ain't home. I mean, I'm sure that works just as well. It's better than.
Look, I was at work all day bored, and I was just thinking about shit, and that popped into my mind. I'm like, dude, that would be insanely difficult. I have to like, shh, don't wake up my mom, or hey, mom, I'm bringing home some food tonight.
Hey, ma, got a date.
I mean, if I was to do it, I have a basement. I have like level houses, and she's up there, and I'm down there.
Right, you have your
Basement,
separation.
so there's
So you guys don't live in like in an apartment. You actually live in
a house, correct?
I thought you were living in an apartment. That's where I was.
No.
I wasn't trying to put you on the spot. It was just something that popped into
No,
my
it's
head, and I was
cool.
like, I'm gonna ask this dude next time I see him.
No, that's cool. That's cool.
All right, what else you got on
It's a legit question.
that? Well, marriages don't last.
I mean, it depends on.
This phone don't work. What do you use it for?
To get honest.
Oh, just to start the internet.
So why marriages don't last?
It's all about
See, I don't
chemistry.
know.
It's all about chemistry, right? I mean, how long have you been married?
I've been with my wife since 2002.
Really?
You've been
That's
married a while.
impressive.
My wife
I
is
like
awesome.
that.
6 years.
What is it?
What's what?
The passcode.
Oh, it's-
So,
it's-
do you have anybody that's been divorced,
So
or why?
what?
No, I've never been divorced.
This is an odd
Trying to-
topic of like why marriages don't last. But why would
intrigued in
marriages
this
last?
conversation.
Chemistry, right?
But no,
Well,
because me and my
that's
wife are
funny, too.
so different. And I don't know. Are you and your wife, or you and your spouse different? I said that. like
Hold
you got a
on,
spouse
hold on,
different.
hold on.
My bad. Are you and your wife like? Me and my wife are completely
I'm
different
very
people.
confused.
We're-
How do you do
Yeah,
it?
same interests, all the same stuff for the most part,
What about you and yours?
No, I'm very intrigued.
Just go.
How do you do it?
Watch. You're gonna knock over the camera. You're way too close to the camera.
I'm not-
So anyway, yeah, with most
How
of the same
do you
interests.
do it?
You have to find
See, my
somebody.
wife likes country music. I'm a hardcore hip hop head. You
Yeah.
get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Well, that's the way my wife is. She likes country.
So you like that
and
new,
other stuff.
new song that's out by what's his name?
That song is the most retarded friggin' song I've ever heard in my life.
I heard a couple.
I
songs.
really tried to listen to it, and I'm like, dude, they don't even tell a story anymore in this.
I tried listening to it on the radio for probably like 5 seconds, and I gave it a good shot. And then
What song is that?
with
the video was cool though. I watched the video with Chris Rock and all them in it. That was kind of cool.
I'm about
Yeah.
Old Time Road, Little
Yeah.
Xanax, or some shit like that,
Little Xanax.
Hello, Sam.
Yeah,
or Little Nas X or something.
yeah. And then
Google it, you'll find it.
yeah, I forget the name of the country singer though.
Billy Ray Cyrus,
Yeah, that's
Miley
it.
Cyrus is
Yeah, I
fine.
was saying.
Oh, I know what you're
I
talking
couldn't think of
about
the girl's
now.
name.
I seen a snippet of the video on like a news show or something.
The song's fucking horrible.
Well, I mean, Billy Ray Cyrus really wasn't that good to begin with. We were talking because "Achy Break Your Heart," William
That was
Hung killed it. His version of it. We all know that.
We are not talking about William Hung on the second. Look, this is not going to be a running gag.
I think William Hung needs to be addressed or brought into the conversation.
Every
show,
fucking week.
every show, dude. It's just two in a
Tied
row.
in.
2 in a row so far. We've got William Hung brought in somehow, and I think I mean, this is doable. We can get William Hung on the fucking STD.
I'm sure he's probably living under a bridge with a sign at it.
No, he's actually a successful accountant out there in San Francisco. No,
Go figure the
if he
Asian would be
had-
an accountant, right?
right?
That's incredibly racist, sir. I happen to work around these people. They're great people.
Well, some of them will dry
I mean, they
cleaners
can't
too.
see for shit and half of them can't drive, but they're great people.
Some of them have dry cleaner places too, bro. Alteration shops and they own Chinese food restaurants.
Some of them are mob affiliated.
Yeah, the Yakuza, bro. Isn't that the one that cut your pinky off or some shit?
There's the Yakuza, and then there's the Organization of Chinese People.
The OAP?
Yep.
Right, moving on. So
Yeah, before I get killed, because I'm working with all these motherfuckers.
Hey, well, they're probably going to cut your head
That'll
off,
be
bro.
chop suey.
Your head's going to be on a
sushi
pike in front of
Dude,
the...
that would be a ton of sushi.
There's going to be
though.
the guy with the sample and then the fucking your head on a pike. Right next to the Sarku Japan out there, the fucking Coventry Mall over there.
That's true.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. All right, what was we talking about, man? We got...
Why marriages don't last?
No,
Are you
no.
and your wife the same, and then your
Oh yeah. You gotta have somebody who has a similar interest. Because like, if you don't, it just doesn't. You just lose over time, or just whatever.
No, because me and my wife are really completely different.
I don't know. I mean, you got to like if one person likes to go out all the time, the other person likes to stay at the house. Or, you know what I mean?
Well, we're both kind of.
kind of homebodies, maybe.
She's more of a homebody than I am. Like, she likes to go out with her friends and have a few drinks. Of course, I don't drink, so I go out and do comedy shows and all that shit. But yeah, we're really different. Like, our friends are even different. You get what I'm saying? Like, she has her group. We have some mutual friends, but for the most part, our friends are like completely different types of people.
we got a lot of mutual friends because she works at a lot of my friends. Met her through a friend who works at the place she works at. So like we got a lot of mutual friends like that. Like Pat knew her. Pat knows my wife.
Yeah, Ken.
Yeah, before
Good lady.
before the
He
show
just
started.
name dropped.
Yeah.
Now they're Googling who's Kim.
Yeah.
Last week it was Sarah.
You're not supposed to do that.
It's all right.
Studio audience is
Done
back.
now.
Dude, these mid-
What is your wife's name?
We'll edit and post.
I'm sorry.
Well, no, let's throw them all out there. What's your wife's name? He's like, no
Nope.
way.
Nope. My bad. I'm sorry.
It's all right.
All right, so we want to let's get on to this wrestling page. So she's looking to the side over there. She's on the couch,
Period.
smoking a
Don't
cigarette,
care
thinking
about
she's Kate Winslet in
wrestling.
Titanic. All right,
I think somebody hit an iceberg.
right.
Nobody
All right,
cares
so who-
about WWE.
All right, so who saw the pay per view? Did anybody else see it besides the Game of Thrones finale? Don't talk about the Game of Thrones finale because I didn't see it.
I haven't seen either, and I don't really care.
It's only been a week,
It's been
though.
shitty
Have you
mess.
seen? Oh, you say you didn't watch the show. So what? You need a lighter? All right.
Mhm.
We'll give it right back though because that's Don's lighter. And the other lighter should be on the couch. Bryce, you still got the lighter over there, bro?
It probably fell
It's
on
in
the
the
couch.
couch.
It's in the
They're
couch.
gonna lift up the couch, try and tear up the bottom of it.
Right.
We can skip all that. Now onto the pay per view.
All right, yeah. So who did you? Anybody else see the?
I watched it. I was at work at the Asian Festival, and
Because for anybody who didn't see it out there, it was a Money in the Bank pay per view for the WWE World Wrestling Entertainment. It was on Saturday or Sunday night, last Sunday night, and the main event was what struck me as the horrible thing. It was a bunch of random wrestlers, a couple you heard of before, and then Brock Lesnar was instituted as the.
oh, hold on, you jumped over a whole bunch of shit.
All right, go back. Tell them about what happened.
All right, first and foremost, there was a ladder match for the briefcase. In the ladder match, you had 7 guys who were in there wrestling their asses off, getting hit with ladders and all this shit, right? 20 minutes into the match, Brock Lesnar walks down, scares off some dude off the fucking ladder because his music played, so this dude got scared. Like common sense says, if the music plays, wouldn't you just go, I'm out this bitch?
Yeah.
He's right there in a ways,
Yeah.
but nonetheless, he got scared, jumped off the ladder. Brock Lesnar climbed up the ladder, didn't do anything, grabbed the briefcase and walked out. I still say it was better than him suplexing all them guys around, damn near breaking their necks, though.
No, yeah, he didn't. But the thing is though, nobody likes Brock Lesnar. The WWE fans don't like Brock Lesnar. I mean, they don't like him even as an ironic joke bad guy anymore. It's just getting old. I mean, he literally did 10 seconds worth of work, and he has the Money in the Bank briefcase now for the rest of the year. So that just goes any angle they have, it's just gonna be Brock Lesnar coming in part time again. So all the fans got alienated. Now, what was up with this new automatic? What does AEW stand for? I don't even know now.
All Elite Wrestling.
we, got,
All Elite Wrestling.
Yes.
we got a term at work for AEW. That's what we're
All-
just
all-
what it works. She's been,
Phone?
but so all Elite Wrestling. Now, who's this? Jeff Jarrett? Who's running this?
No, this is ran by Bullet Club.
Is it Jericho?
No, it's Bullet Club. It used to be the Bullet Club.
Who's in that?
Kenny Omega, the Young Bucks, Cody Rhodes.
Oh, Cody Rhodes. That was the name I was looking for. I knew he was in there. I know Dusty Rhodes was going to wrestle.
And that was a Midge being killed in broad or in mid-flight.
Yeah, we're getting a lot of Midge massacres in here.
Actually,
Much
it ain't too
murders
bad
live
now.
on there. Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah, be careful clapping in front of the mic.
Oh yeah, shit. It's our whole one.
And there went 5 people's eardrums.
Wow.
I would listen, but I'm deaf now, motherfucker.
It's not my
All right,
phone.
so
I
what? When
just
does is this
texted my
promotion
mom on
starting
my
yet? Or
phone.
what's
It
going on?
starts tomorrow night.
They have like a pay-per-view. What channel is it going to be on?
Yeah, it's paper.
So is this a new league coming out?
This is a new company. Yeah,
Okay.
it's the rival company to the WWE, like WCW was. in the
Okay.
90s.
This probably was gonna fly him up anyways.
I don't know. A rich dude, a multi-billionaire owns the company.
Oh yeah.
He has the wrestlers in charge of it, but he's actually the benefactor behind it.
Any big names in it?
Jericho,
Okay.
CM Punk probably is coming in, and Dean Ambrose from.
Ambrose is the big one. Ambrose is a big one to go to that place.
CM Punk is a way bigger one though if he pops up, which I'm pretty sure he's going to.
Do you have my phone?
I know it's on the couch.
This couch or this couch?
That couch. If you remember from earlier in the podcast, the couch is still
No.
phone's still on the couch.
You're gonna
Can we fire a
hear
live
it.
audience?
I don't know. Maybe we should do a welfare check. So, well, you remember that last week tonight about the healthcare stuff.
Yeah, so that was a big thing. Is like, are they gonna have actually?
I
have
think
health
that's what they're
coverage?
gonna do.
I
Something
believe
like
they
that.
were talking
Are
about
they gonna
doing
actually
something like
take care
that.
of these wrestlers?
Actually unionizing, and they also have more creative control than the WWE.
If they could do that, and Vince McMahon doesn't get to tell them what to do with their entire lives, this could be really good. They could take
A lot
over.
of McMahon's guys want to leave, and they're not letting them leave right now. They're actually extending their contracts against their will in order to keep them here.
Yeah,
Can
because
they legally do that? I mean,
Yeah, if you are injured, your contract stops as a personal or as a private
That was a-
contract.
Could they get out of the contract from a fake injury?
No, it would still continue. You can't fake an injury.
I thought you said they get out of the contract if they get injured.
No, the contract stops, and you
Oh.
still have to make up that time. You still get paid,
Oh.
but then you owe them time. You get what I'm saying?
So, like,
It's
say,
a
yeah,
slave
so you get a
contract.
he injured for 3
It's
months.
like
Yeah.
pause.
Well, it's
Until
like a band signing a 6-album deal with a record label.
Yeah.
And then the band breaks up four albums in, and
Yeah.
then they reform. They still owe 2 albums.
Yeah.
It's the same thing with an injured wrestler.
Yeah, so if they can pull that off and get the healthcare, they can see you can see a nice challenge out there, man. I mean, McMahon's he's getting senile from what I've heard.
Yeah.
Yes,
Give me your keys.
you have them.
No, I don't.
I gave them to you about 5 minutes ago. Yeah,
No way.
he gets the what was I talking about? McMahon.
Creative licensing.
Bam.
They health insurance. They're gonna leave.
Oh yeah, if they get all the talent to leave, I mean, McMahon's getting senile with these promotions. I mean, I heard he's just telling these people to do whatever. The whole female division's all the same style chick. Charlotte Flair's a champion again. I mean, people that
No, she's not a champion again.
I thought she was.
no,
No,
Bayley
she's
took it.
not. It's
She won it
Bailey.
again. Bailey went back.
Yeah.
Is it Bailey?
Oh, sorry.
Yes.
Yeah, she don't have anything right now.
100%. It's Bailey.
Ric Flair's out of the hospital, by the way.
Right, Ric
My
Flair.
my Deadpool points went down as soon as he got released. Too. I was like, damn it.
Right, the guy who died. I killed off twice. Freaking.
Yeah, he's still alive.
This guy's got 9 lives. Rick.
Dude crashed into a plane, broke his neck, wrestled a full career, had a heart attack. Now this is scared. The dude's still
no
kicking.
way.
Who was the one that was an older wrestler that was on that last week tonight?
Huh?
That was talking about that crowdfund.
Really?
his,
Oh, that was
surgery.
jeez. That
Older wrestler.
wasn't Roddy Piper, was it?
I think it was Roddy Piper.
Yeah, he was on when he was on there before dying. He was talking about
Well, they did.
I'm not gonna live so long, and then he did die or something like.
Yeah, that was Roddy Piper. He said he would live to be 60, and he died at 59, I think.
Yeah,
He died of a massive heart attack.
yeah. Roddy
He's probably
Piper.
all juicing because it's part of the thing.
But that's what he said. Everybody was on heroin or heroin.
Yeah.
Wow,
Steroids.
steroids back in the day.
Yeah.
Not all of them worked out crazy, but all of them were on steroids just to build up an endurance to go town to town.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. All right, what else was he hitting up? Oh, 6-pack blast. All right, so let's do this. The way this works is only a song for it. 6-pack blast. Instead of a top 5 list, we
And
just
that was lame songs with Joe Burrell.
you gotta be guest star lane, man. instead of a top 5 list, we do 6 because there's 6 beers on a 6-pack, and I was a big alcoholic back in the day. So the way this works is we say something like a topic, and then you just say the top 6 of your topic. Like start out with like top, I don't know, let's see, top 6 comedies. Or is that too broad?
Comedy
Do
movies.
it.
That
Do
kind of thing.
it.
Or you want to do top 6 comedies, movies, or top 6 comedies, or
3.
top 6 movies?
What's the
Or it's like comedy movies?
Oh,
Oh,
let me
no,
count it
movies
down.
in general.
Yeah.
Stand-ups or movies, basically.
Let me
they say.
count it down.
Like an hour-long special is a stand-up.
Okay.
Comedy movie is just
Well, yeah, like old school would be a comedy movie. Like,
Yeah.
Let
well,
me
let's
count
do okay.
it
Let's do movies.
down.
Let's do movies. Top 6 movies.
Genres.
Oh,
You see that shit?
Do
We'll
movies.
say, yeah, big ones on there.
No, I set my fucking elbow down and my nerve shot a fucking sharp thing
Shit,
right through my hand.
Ooh, you got
So we
something
do.
else.
Like,
That was some scary shit. No, anyways, go ahead.
He likes that corner.
Oh, let's just do top 6 movies of all
All
time.
right. I'm down with
Let's
that.
start with you, Pat. Go ahead. Top 6 movies of all time.
Want to start off?
Are we gonna do it one?
I think
like
one
we
on one
did-
is best.
Can I
because-
Yeah, because then you
count
can
it
take time to discuss, right?
Okay, that'll work. That'll work. All right, so
All right.
start with 6.
So-
We'll go 6 to 1.
Is this in no particular order? 'Cause-
no, let
Yeah,
me.
because you may think
Start
of
from
one that's a little
6
bit
to
slower, a
1.
little bit better.
Just
Maybe not
your
Ready?
top 6 movies.
Yeah, that'll work.
Me.
That'll work.
Me.
All right, so just name a movie that's in your top 6. We'll see if it's in ours.
Okay, Pulp Fiction. I've seen that about 1,000 times.
I love that movie.
It's a great movie.
I would say it's in my
That's
top
a
50 or
5.
so. I'm not gonna say it's in my top.
That's a 5.
It's just
I won't say it's in my top 6
a
though.
fantastic movie.
Yeah, it's
That is
definitely
a
not in my
fucking
top
great
6.
movie.
It's a
No,
good movie.
That's a 5. That's
It's
a
a
5.
solid watch, but I wouldn't say it's in my top
I'm
6.
just Sam Jackson has done so many movies. Any movie that he's done in the past, it's just so watered down.
Now he's in my top 6 actors. though. I love anything with Samuel Jackson. in it.
He's pretty much done that
Pulp
character,
Fiction.
that Pulp Fiction character in every other movie he's done.
Yeah.
That Jules
The
character
movie
was
about Queen.
fantastic.
Right, the
Yeah.
man walking up the wall and all that.
Yeah,
Yeah, it
yeah.
is.
What is yours?
Oh,
Yes.
probably one of the
Oh.
favorite ones that I grew up. I think it was just the Goonies.
No.
Oh, yeah, I was thinking that
It
too.
is.
Like,
It is.
That meme was all
I've
it's like that was
seen
a
it so many
84.
times.
It is. It is.
And
It's a great movie.
you know, I was
It
born in
really
84,
was.
so it was. It came out in the 80s, I believe.
Yeah.
1984.
So by the time I was around to
Yes.
being old enough to watch movies, that I
Take that,
realized what's going on. Like it was already out, but it had just recently come out, I think. So I think that was part of it.
Is Goonies the truffle shuffle one? Or is he-
Yeah.
When I was a kid,
Shuffle,
my aunt
shuffle.
came and picked me up from my house one time, and she's like, "I gotta show you a movie. You look exactly like one of the actors in it." Because I had curly. I grow an afro. I let my hair grow out.
Yeah.
She took me to her house and showed me that fucking movie. And was like, "Don't you look just like Chuck? Thanks for giving me a fucking fat complex at 8." But the movie itself is awesome, and it's a solid watch.
Yeah.
If it's on, I'm watching.
What's not that house? Is it? Josh Brolin.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you see that meme that was out that week about that was the movie, right? Was Corey something in that? Corey
Feldman.
Feldman
Feldman.
and the other one too.
Corey Haim's on in there. That's Last Boys.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
Yeah,
Corey
but the
Haim's
meme was out this week. Was that meme or was that a different movie?
Okay.
Oh, that.
The one that said 1984 and then 2019.
Yeah, they were all. Yeah.
Yeah.
But you said but it was just one Corey though.
Was that the Goonies meme though? That was the Goonies.
It was the
cast, right?
Goonies
Yeah,
meme.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, he's saying
But there's
it's just
only one
one of the.
chord.
Oh yeah. Okay, yeah. Both the chords. were
So, well, there with that.
Whoa. I'll tell you, movie.
That's how it's going tonight, folks.
Hey, that's me. I mean, Ashes just get everywhere, man. It just happens.
Oh, I dropped the whole fucking cigarette.
I'll tell you, moving to my
And it's
top.
still lit.
No, I smashed it.
Man, these midgets just dropping out the sky, bro. Look at that. It's like
Midget.
it's like a midget, not midgets, midges.
What's in your?
They call them Canadian soldiers or whatever.
6.
Never seen old school.
Yeah.
Old school is in my old school is in my
That's a
top.
real
I don't
good
like
Will Ferrell.
quotable movie.
Oh, dude, you could
There's
just
no
watch
one
it.
streaking.
Bro, just the way he does, he's just standing there. And okay, the one part he's standing there, it's so stupid.
Joe.
He puts the brakes. He has his Trans Am, right? And he's revving up the engine for no reason in the car. He just has it in park in his driveway, and he has a beer on top of the Trans Am. And he's, do you remember that part?
Yeah.
He's like,
trying to be a young guy. He's trying to be the college guy because he's been the the 30-something, 40-something-year-old dad for so long. He finally gets to relive his youth.
yeah. So he's under the Trans Am, just revving it up. He's like, "No thanks, sweetie. I got a fresh beer." He's like, "Okay, come." It's the way he goes. "I got a fresh beer." It's just so quotable. You gotta watch it. I can't believe you've never seen Old School, man. I might have seen it 100 times, dude. 100 times.
Will Ferrell's fantastic.
Oh, he's a great actor. He would be in my top 6 actors for sure.
What about you,
Now,
man?
this is a weird one, but A Clockwork Orange.
Oh,
yeah.
yes.
That's
I love Clockwork
I've
Orange.
tried to watch it with my wife. She watched
Clockwork
about 5 minutes and
Orange.
it was like, turn this shit off.
And if
It
you
is
ever-
one of my
you
favorite
know-
movies of all time, though.
and I'll do the part where he has the guy sitting in the chair, and in the movie they have this guy sitting in the chair and they strap his eyelids up like this, and they got a metal clamp that comes in from the bottom, and then one that comes in from the top.
Yeah, it
And
holds
it
his
holds
eyeballs.
his eyelids open so he can't blink, and they show him all this disgusting
Watching
shit on the
is
screen.
disturbing.
It's all violence and sex and rape and
You have to include me. That sounds
Careful.
intriguing.
Have you seen Clockwork Orange yet? Stanley Kubrick. It's
Clockwork
70s.
Orange?
I want to say I've seen
Clockwork,
it. Maybe
Clockwork
when
Orange.
it like first came out, but it's not ringing a bell.
I didn't
I've
see
seen-
that
I think
movie.
I have-
You can't watch it
I
around
have,
kids.
I have to watch it again probably.
Yeah.
You can't watch it around kids,
No, you
but it's
cannot.
definitely worth a watch.
Don't watch any Kubrick movies around kids, really.
Kubrick is gonna be a theme in our top movies. Wait, name another top.
It's him.
Pet. Wait.
You just forget this dude. It started with him.
Pet, you
But all the way
were.
around.
How much my pet in the first one?
Yeah, we
That's
started
insane.
that. Okay.
I know.
Number one.
So this is
We're
number
back.
two, right?
So
So
number two. Round.
speaking of Will Ferrell, I'm gonna go with Anchorman.
Anchorman.
Good one.
Oh my god.
Another movie I've
I
never
just
seen.
That's a good
watched
one. That's
the
another
second
quotable one.
I like
You know,
Anchorman.
it's
Anchorman
like,
almost
you
got
know,
Kubrick.
like
It almost got
Anchorman.
Maybe
Kubrick
I
too
don't watch
much.
a lot of like comedies and shit.
No,
This
Steve-
is another one I
I'm
haven't
surprised
seen.
you don't.
In Anchorman,
I know, right?
my favorite character in Anchorman is the Steve Carell character.
Yeah, yeah.
So
I love
fucking.
Lamb.
I love.
I love Carpet.
He plays this clueless guy, and what's his name? Turp or what? It's like
Brick Tamlin.
Brick Tamlin. So he's
Wanna
standing
go
around and
to,
goes, loud noises. Like, I don't know what we're talking about. Why are we screaming?
You
It's just
wanna
so corny. It's so
Do
fucking
you want to go to the Pence party? Are you talking about there's a party?
Yeah.
in your-
Go ahead. Hey, do you want to go to the pants party? You mean there's a party in your pants?
And
That
then
too.
just the random lines where his dog disappears and then the dog's talking to the dog on the phone. He's like, Baxter, is that you? Hard choice if you're in Milwaukee. Just random.
And
nonsense.
you gotta say Anchorman. Some of the quotes have been quoted a little too much, but it's still a good watch though. It's
Yeah,
really a good watch.
Step Brothers too.
Number 5. Well, 6 to 5.
Round two. So we're on round two. So I'd say one of my favorite movies I've probably seen 100 times is Terminator 2.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
that's
had it
I
on
love
VHS.
Terminator.
One of the greatest sequels of all
It's one of
time.
my
And
favorite movies.
And I had it on VHS for the longest time, pretty much almost like ran it out. But then they came out with a DVD version, 15 years later, and there was like 3 or 4 bonus scenes that I'd never seen that blew my
shit
mind.
was Bravo and
Like
you
one of the
should see
scenes
it.
was when they're actually when the Terminator and the kid and mom are at the gas station and they're getting ready. They like
That
spend the
shit
night.
is
They actually go in and like
wild.
open up his skull and like do a reset switch that lets him learn.
Mm.
And so they took that out of the theatrical version and out of the VHS version, but it's on the DVD. And they did this really cool scene where, what's her name, the actress?
Linda Hamilton?
Linda Hamilton.
Manly, yes, but I like her too.
Right. So they do this scene where Arnold Schwarzenegger is facing a mirror and they're doing this panning shot going around him as they cut open his head, peel it back, and start taking like his skull open to get to the chip to reset it. And they show him in the mirror doing the same thing. The way they pan around in the mirror is you would see the camera. The way they got around that was there was a wall, just a hole cut in the wall, double of Arnold Schwarzenegger and Linda Hamilton's twin sister doing the scene on the other side of the wall, matched up perfectly in sync.
No shit.
That's awesome.
And
Terminator, I
they,
love
and they
that
also
fucking movie.
used her at the end of the movie when the T-1000 was pretending to be her and calling out for John when they're in the foundry.
Mhm.
And so they used her there too. And one of the bonus scenes there that I'd never seen before, just a quick scene, was after the T-1000 was blown up, blown up, I think spoiler alert.
I mean, it's like
From
30 years old,
1997.
so I doubt.
Right, and so one of the things was that
We haven't
they
seen
did
by now. That's your
You want to
problem.
go home?
was just a quick scene where the 2000, where after he blew up, refigured, was that he was having problems with his body, and so he would like grab a bar and like his hand would like melt into the bar
Watch yourself do the thing over
because he couldn't control himself.
his beard.
Like he was having trouble doing that, and like he would step on like a grate and his foot would kind of melt a little bit into the grate because he couldn't figure it out, and they did that into the end and basically the same thing.
You know, that liquid metal melting in that movie still fucking gets me. Every time I go into an elevator I picture my hand making that freaking thing go like this and
The
open the
blade?
elevator. Dude, every time I get in the 9th elevator, it just. So I'm thinking I'm gonna stop.
There's a whole bunch of video elevator cameras where he's going.
Oh, dude, I don't. If they ever see me on the elevator, God, I hope there's no cameras in there. But my God, that'd be a congressional investigation. Bro.
And what is he doing?
Right? Jeez. I was thinking about that when I was talking. Have you guys ever seen? This is a little controversial movie, but American History X.
Yeah.
Dude,
That's a good one.
dude, that movie is. I read all the liner notes on that movie. No,
Is this your number 2?
yeah, this is my number 2, or 5, depending which way we're going. But dude, I read it. I read the liner notes on that. Now you know at the end of the movie when he's sitting there, looking in the mirror.
Hold on, before you even go, just because that's a movie that not a lot of people are familiar with, I have a feeling. Maybe just let's give a brief synopsis of what that.
Well, in the movie, this guy Derek witnesses his brother who turns into a skinhead that he learned from his dad. They ended up killing this black guy, stomped the curb, and Derek becomes racist as the movie goes on, and then Daniel becomes racist as the movie goes on. Derek gets out of prison. They learn all this stuff, and then in the movie, Daniel dies. Daniel Veen. He learns a big lesson from
That
Cisco,
was
the guy.
probably the worst Wikipedia research that we have ever done on this show. But yeah, now as you were saying, go ahead.
Well, for those of you, I would imagine the two listeners we got out here would have seen American History X before. But in the end of you remember the end of the movie when Daniel's reading he's finally reading his report.
Yeah.
And Derek's looking into the mirror. Now, in the end of the movie, they rewrote it. What he originally did, he looked in the mirror, he shaved his head again, scrapped the Nazi tattoo, and became racist again. They felt that was too controversial, and they wanted to keep the positive theme of the movie. Isn't that crazy when you think about that?
I think it ended right though.
It ended perfect, but can you imagine though if they would have ended the movie?
Oh yeah, that would have
reshaving his
I think
head?
that would have been bad.
That would have been crazy though. But that would have been a sick ending.
Yeah, it would have been. That's what I'm saying. That would have been a bad. It would have been highly controversial.
Oh yeah, it would have been worse than before, man.
So my number 2 or number 5. How about Training Day?
Yeah.
Oh, I love Training Day.
Denzel Washington, fantastic.
I got that. Interesting fact about Training Day is I actually bought that DVD twice because I forgot I had it in the basement, and then I ordered it again. So I got like 2 copies of Training Day on DVD. If
King
anybody
Kong
wants to
ain't got shit
buy
on me.
them for like $1.50. Every time I get in a car, I always think of that scene when he's with Denzel and the white dude. He's like, "We in the office, baby," and then he turns it on, and the car rises
And
up.
now you know what he does every time he goes to sit in his car. We in the office now, baby. Boom.
Motherfuckers act like they forgot about Drake. Yeah, that was a great movie though, man.
I like movies. I like movies that can tug at your heartstrings, or
Like rom-coms, basically.
Well,
If this motherfucker drops a notebook,
like
we're gonna
inspiration.
shoot.
I was about to
Good.
say the same thing.
like inspirational feel
Oh,
good.
for sure. I know what you're talking
And a
about.
movie that always gets me is Field of Dreams.
If you build it, they will come, man. That's a
Yeah.
good movie. That's a good movie choice.
And then just meeting his dad at the end. I don't know if you guys seen it or not.
Oh, I've seen
Yeah,
it.
but,
That's 20 years ago.
yeah, but his dad was this, baseball player, and he was a lot older than him. He died, and I guess he never really.
That place is
actually
a
had
park out in Iowa. The Phil Davis movie.
Yeah, and then never had a chance to really have to connect with him. They're like 2 different people, and then was I not in it?
No, she moved it.
Okay.
It's a
And then his dad's one of the ghosts that comes at the end. It was all
They got all
about
the-
building the field was all about bringing him back.
They got all the classic baseball players in there too, man.
Mhm. And then he's about to leave, and he's like, "That line, Dad, you want to have a catch because he never had a chance to." It just gets you, man.
Oh yeah, I like that movie.
Yeah, it's good.
Was it your turn? Did you go?
It's your turn.
Did you go too?
Yeah.
Yeah, he dropped
Training Day.
Trinity. Okay. I'm blanking on the name of the movie, but with the Cleveland Indians.
Oh, Major League.
Major
Oh,
League, yeah.
Ricky Vaughn.
You said Field of Dreams, and that's why I was like, sticking.
That's a
Yeah.
fantastic movie.
I love that movie.
Dude, when we were little, we used to just get outside. We used to get so much.
Especially
kick
get
out
to
of
see
it.
the old Beauty Stadium.
Oh, a lot of that was filmed in. They filmed some of it in the inside stuff, like where they had the Indians and shit. They filmed inside the stadium, but the exterior shots were all in Milwaukee County Stadium up in Wisconsin.
You don't even have to be an Indians fan. It's just a great sports, great baseball.
Yeah, it's a good-
movie.
The
It
damn
gets
thing
all
that pissed
the-
me off about that franchise, though, is that They made part 2. You know what? They got the pennant and they won the
Yeah.
pennant. They never won the fucking World Series in part 3. Part 3 was Major League 2 back to Major League 1 back to the minors.
We still never won a World Series.
1948 was the last time the motherfuckers won a World Series. Dude.
I think it was so unbelievable that they would actually
Like-
win.
They're like, look, nobody's gonna believe this
And then
shit.
30 years later, we still haven't fucking won a World Series. That's crazy when you think about it. 30 years ago, we are fucking old.
Oh yeah, it's 30 years old now.
Jesus.
We're all old men.
Old fucks, man.
If you're a thirst.
Have you ever seen the Big Lebowski?
Of course.
Yes.
I love the Big. Talk about quotable movies. I mean, I kind of feel like my life is kind of like the Big Lebowski. Like I could just like, I wanted to buy that sweater that he wears in the
That's
movie.
Joe.
I know.
That was with the fairy. We're gonna cut off your John. That's gonna be me. That's gonna fire me from work. We're gonna cut off your Johnson Varela. Just drop a fucking ferret when I'm fucking lighting up in the bathtub. But dude, my favorite part of every part. I was thinking of the part I forgot, but dude, every part of that movie is just so fucking funny.
John Goodman is just ridiculous.
When he fucking pulls the gun out.
Yeah, even Steve Buscemi only had like 3 lines in the movie.
Shut the fuck up, Daddy.
The walrus. It's fantastic movie.
Especially just with the bowling stuff. I mean, next to Kingpin. I mean, if you're saying what's a better movie, obviously Big Lebowski's a better movie. But if you were ranking bowling movies, I would say Kingpin.
Yeah, Kingpin was
I
annoying.
mean,
It was
there's
annoying,
only
but-
2 movies that you can
Yeah, there's really only
comes
2 bowling
out. You know?
I'm trying. There was another bowling one. Wasn't there?
And
No, I guess
Lebowski
it
really
No.
isn't considered.
Well, there was that one movie where everybody was like some kind of knockoff superhero. one guy had a bowling ball.
Yeah, Mystery Men.
That's what it was called, yeah.
And
one person had a shovel
Janeane
and
Garofalo threw a ball real fast.
So, my third,
Yeah, with Red Round.
Sleepers.
Oh, okay. With they killed a guy.
They,
Private
it's about
school.
these 4 kids who they stole a hot dog cart. They drug it up some steps. This was in the 60s, I'd say. Probably 50s, maybe. And as the hot dog vendor came around to get the hot dog cart, they lost the grip of the hot dog cart and it bounced down the steps and killed a guy. So they sent them to a reform school. Well, the reform school, the warden and all the prisoners, or all the corrections officers are taking advantage and abusing these boys really bad. So they get out of prison. They get out of the reform school, and it's about how fucked up their lives were after the reform school. And they walk into a restaurant and they see one of the head guy, the head corrections officer that was behind everything, and they kill him. Well, during the trial, the preacher who knew that the boys were being raped goes, "They couldn't have done it. They were with me at a baseball game." It's a good movie.
I'm trying to remember what year did that come out, man? I'm trying to picture this movie.
Like the mid-90s.
90s,
We need Sue.
maybe 94,
Sue.
95.
Who's out there in TV land? We got one guy out there. Who's ever out there? Tell us.
Like
Look up the
it's-
movie Sleepers. Tell
Yeah, it
us
was like
about it.
Brad Pitt's in it, I think, right?
Yeah, Brad Pitt's in it.
Kevin Bacon.
Brad Pitt's a very underrated actor. I would say. I like Brad Pitt, dude.
Let's see.
There's
if I
a lot
can
of
pull it
movies
up.
that he's in that I. There's not a lot of movies that I did
1996.
like.
Okay. So it was like right when I was drunk as fuck back. All right. No,
Well, my thing-
Pat nails you up, bro.
this is a goofy movie, but it's always been my favorite since I was a kid. It's Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
I love that movie, dude.
That's
That
a
weird
movie was groundbreaking.
Yeah.
That movie was groundbreaking for the
You know what?
fucking with the animation with the live
Christopher Lloyd as a Doc is the
Yeah,
yeah.
Judge Doom. And you know what? There's a lot of adult humor. I saw it when I was like 7 years old, and then I see it,
You see it
later
when you're
on.
older and you catch on to things
And then
that
the
you didn't
adult
catch
is
on
a lot of
as a kid.
adult
I had a
humor.
t-shirt. I had Who Framed Roger Rabbit t-shirt, man. I wish I still had that shirt, bro. That's probably
Yeah.
some money for that shit.
I've seen them.
Vintage.
Yeah, that's
like
probably the
$2
movie I've
to
seen
some
the most
fucking
of.
hipster.
Now you can probably go to the Goodwill store and find it right now.
Yeah.
You remember how they would walk off the cliff, and if you didn't look down,
Yeah.
you wouldn't fall. Every time I'm like by a roof or something like that, I'm thinking I don't actually do it. I'm thinking that'd be cool if we could just walk out and walk back. But you can't look down because you just fucking plummet. And the dip too, when they had that shoe in the dip, I always think there was like I need a dip for Kayla. We just hold her in the dip, and then she could just put her stomach and hold it. No, in this movie, Kayla, there's a give that's Don's lighters. Don't
Yeah, stuff with put the shoe in it.
yeah, they put the shoe.
Yeah.
They're like trying to demonstrate like it's like a
Cinderella?
acid to kill it.
Acid.
So they're trying to demonstrate to the demonstrate to Roger, whoever, how it works. So they take this poor innocent shit.
Roger
right in
Rabbit?
the fucking dip. Yeah.
Oh.
But yeah, I was always a big fan of cartoons. Still am.
I love
And just
cartoons.
the fact
Tom
that
and Jerry.
humans are interacting with cute cartoons, even
That was
as
my shit.
almost 38 years old. 38-year-old.
Yeah, and it still stands the test of time
I
as far
still
as how
think
they
it's
did it.
pretty cool.
Yeah.
I'm really bad.
Are we good?
Power.
Yeah, you got kicked there for
The audio.
All right, we're back.
Hopefully it's good.
All right. Switch to Roger Rabbit. All right, so you got.
Tom and Jerry.
Anybody hearing us?
Yeah, we're good. We're good. If you look right here in the
Yeah.
Don, look right here in the feed. As soon as that green dot goes over, we're good.
Oh, all right. Your next one?
Oh, you're up. You're up.
No.
Oh,
Yes.
oh, that's right.
Oh, definitely one. One that is not too old, Inglorious Bastards.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Dude, I love Inglorious
I love that
Bastards.
movie.
Inglorious. It's a Quentin Tarantino movie.
I know it has something to do with the
World War
Nazis.
Well,
and
it's an
World War
alternate.
II.
It's alternate World War II history. Basically, Brad Pitt and this group of Inglorious Bastards are sent behind enemy lines to
I'm not
fucking kill Hitler.
Ring.
So, and they have this guy known as the Bear Jew, and he just kills all these Nazis. And in the end of the movie, it's a fantasy movie. So basically, they find Hitler in this theater, and they put on a fake production of this movie, and they burn the theater down. So they kill Rommel and Hitler and everything, they end the war right there. But the last scene of the movie, they got the three guys are standing up, they're shooting Hitler in the face with a gun, and with a machine gun, and they just keep blasting him, but they keep shooting him after he's dead, his face melts. It's hilarious.
I like Christoph Waltz. He's creepy.
Oh, dude, Christoph, that's a bingo!
Yeah.
Christoph Waltz won an Academy Award for that movie.
Yeah,
Was he the investigator?
Yeah, he was
From
the
the first scene.
In the
Mhm,
first
yeah.
scene.
The first scene sets the whole
Oh yeah.
tone for the entire movie.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
so good. I think that first scene should get
First
out.
scene.
Oh,
yeah.
I'll tell you how the first scene ends. But
Joe.
basically, it's World War II France.
Yeah, he wanted to call the movie Once Upon a Time in Occupied Nazi France or something.
Yeah. So the actor goes to this farmer, and he basically interrogates him, sits in with him. Farmer wants kids are outside seeing if they're hiding Jews, and it's just them talking back and forth. And it's so well done.
He actually speaks those languages, too.
Yeah. So they speak French for almost the entire time, and then they do I think a little bit of German and then English. But it's just really good. It's dumb when they don't.
You know, that's another one Brad Pitt's in too, and Brad Pitt's hilarious. Brad Pitt has a country accent in there.
Yeah, he's pretty good.
We speak Italian. Arrivederci.
Arrivederci.
Your next one?
And we're gonna go back to Kubrick because you had a Clockwork Orange. Full Metal Jacket.
Oh,
He's seen it 1,000 times.
Oh,
being in
yeah.
the Marine Corps. But
That's basically two movies though. The first
Oh,
movie,
yeah.
Boot Camp,
That
part
boot
is
camp
one
scene
movie.
alone.
I have that boot camp literally memorized from start to finish.
I've been there.
The
I've been at Paris Island. I've seen.
Now is it like that? Boot camp? I never.
It's tamer. When I went in 2004, so it's not that bad as it was there then. But they still mess with us. They still, fuck with us a lot.
The first time I saw that movie, I was at boot camp over Christmas, and they rented us a bunch of VCR tapes, and we just sat. This gave us basically base living for the whole day. So we just sat around. They sat and fucking there watched movies. That was the first time I saw the movie. Was on Christmas in basic training. Hilarious. And then when I came back that summer of '96, man, that's all I did was just get loaded every night and watch fucking Full Metal Jacket. That's all I memorized. You know what I mean? So. All right.
Did you watch the whole thing?
The whole thing. Usually what would happen is I would pop on the first part, and I would pretty much pass out before they go to Vietnam. So,
Yeah.
But I got the whole.
You're right though. It is like two different movies because Vietnam's completely different than the boot camp movie.
Whole different tone.
Yeah.
Vincent D'Onofrio, and he was in Law and Order. What was the Law and Order?
SVU.
No, not SVU. What the Criminal Intent? That was kind of the weakest of the three Law and
He
Order.
was also the bad guy in
Men in
Men in Black. He was the guy that wore the guy's skin. Where he
27 hours.
That was a recent one, right? A couple of years ago.
About the dude who gets his hands
saw
stuck.
it. Never saw it.
No, I never. I had
I don't think
problems
I've seen
with
this either.
No, check it out. You have to watch it just for the audio when he's cutting off his arm. You can literally, you know how, like, have you ever like I just did a few minutes ago, hit a nerve and it like sends a whole shock through your. They have the audio set to where it actually sends the shock through.
Yeah.
It's really fucked up. That made the whole movie for me. My wife couldn't watch it. She was fine during the trap part. As soon as he started cutting into his own arm, she was out. But that is a great movie.
I have problems with that.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen him. I don't think I've ever even heard of that movie, guys.
It's
I mean, that kind of hurt.
It's a
Vaguely
true,
heard of it,
James
but
it's a true
Franco.
story
James
about a guy who
Franco.
was hiking, and or I guess it would be like Yeah,
He's hiking.
mountain climbing,
Yeah,
hiking,
yeah.
same thing, really.
Backpacking.
And a boulder comes down and lands his arm.
Oh,
hitting
okay,
the
okay,
wall.
okay. I remember now. I got you.
And he survives he survives.
I remember the
127 hours and cuts his arm off.
story, and I remember the based on a true story movie about it. Yeah. All right, so Pat,
So what was you saying about you couldn't handle?
I want to go
Just,
dump this ash straight real quick.
Because I've never seen it because all throughout the movie he's like stuck in a cabin, right? Like a
Yeah,
good chunk
well,
of
yeah.
it.
Well, not all throughout the movie. Like he meets some girls and he goes swimming in
Right.
a lagoon and shit.
Okay, but then for a good chunk of the movie, just the confinement. I just have
Well, no, because he's having flashbacks of his life.
Okay.
And
all right, but okay.
speaking of which, that's another one that I should have brought up. Another one I know you guys probably have never seen, but it's really a good.
Oh, we can do like honorable mentions.
Yeah,
For
that's
sure.
I'll put that as an honorable.
What round is this now? Is this 5 or is this 6?
I think
This
we're
is
five.
5.
Yeah. Okay,
We
so
get 2 more. Come on, Brett. So we
Um,
get- there's this round and then 1 more. So we each get 2 more movies.
all right, so I'll be very upset if if somebody says I've never seen this. I'm just gonna walk out and I'll find somebody. But Die Hard.
Oh,
I've
for
never
sure.
seen it.
Come
No,
on,
I'm messing with
come
you.
on. No, wait. Best Christmas movie ever.
I would say-
People argue it's not a Christmas movie.
It's
It's definitely a Christmas.
it's 2 or 3. For me, the best Christmas movie is gonna be always fucking National Lampoon's Christmas.
I've always liked Die Hard 3 more than Die Hard 1, though.
No.
Yeah, I did. I like Die Hard 3
Hans
more.
Gruber.
Die Hard 2.
All right, let's
Wasn't
go
really
through them. Die Hard was Nakatomi Tower.
Right.
Die Hard 2 was the airport. Die Hard 3 was
So like running around Los
Samuel
Angeles.
Yeah, they were digging tunnels underground with dump
tunnels. Was
trucks.
that LA or New York?
It's LA.
LA.
Okay.
I don't remember. Was there With
I
the
mean, it wasn't
Vengeance?
New York. No, I think it was LA.
Was
It
it,
might have been with
was it with
Avengers.
Samuel L. Jackson?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Samuel
part
L.
3 was
Jackson
with Sam
great.
Jackson. Yeah,
Yeah,
That was New York.
I mean,
It might have been. Yeah, it was New York.
Because that had cut through Central Park.
Oh, that's right.
That's right.
That's
And
Because
if
he had him out
I
there
remember
wearing the
that.
sign, I hate black people with
Yeah.
I hate the
in
N-word.
Central
Yeah,
Park, yeah.
If you remember that movie when when you see them going down, if you look to the side, you can see the tire tracks from the previous scenes of the previous takes and all that. But then, with the Vengeance?
With Vengeance, and then
Live Free, Die Hard is like a DC, I think it took place in.
what was the one where he was driving the truck that came off the bridge? That was so horrible.
I think
that was
Live
3.
Free,
Then
Die
there was
Hard.
Moscow. The Moscow.
Oh, that
one.
was
I mean, it's getting kind of ridiculous.
I checked out after 3.
I thought part of that went on TV. I didn't know what I was watching. And then it was sitting there, John McClane. I'm like, is this a tiger?
It's not like It's a Good Day to
I
Die Hard or
thought
something.
it was like one of those obscure, like,
There's supposed to be
James
one more
Bond-esque
coming
type
soon.
movies because they were going
I
through.
checked out after 3.
Yeah, but I mean,
Yeah,
I know it's cliche to say it, but I mean, it is the ultimate. It laid the groundwork for every single action movie.
The technology in that movie too. You remember when he was looking up his wife's name and it was the wrong name, it wasn't McLean, it was fucking whatever, and they had that little touch screen. That's like today technology shit, like back in 1988, man. It was that's fucking sweet. I like the dad. Was it the dad from Family Matters? Was in that? The cop?
Yeah,
Carl Winslow.
Carl
Winslow,
yeah.
Powell.
It was so horrible.
Yeah,
Your
She's,
fifth
Oh,
or
yeah. Another Quentin Tarantino one is I'm blanking out again. It's
what's the premise? I'll help you.
they're in the cabin.
Oh, Hateful Eight.
Hateful Eight, yes.
Yes.
So that just came out recently. It's a really good movie.
I seen it preview. I haven't seen it yet.
Really
I
good.
haven't seen it yet either.
Basic premise is that there's the hangman or bounty hunter captured Domergue, which is the lady's name, and is bringing her to be hanged at the Red Rock Canyon to bring them into town to get hanged because she had a bounty on her head, and they have to due to storm they have to stop in a cabin. Well, in this cabin is several other men that could or could not have an interest in freeing her, and so they have to stay in this cabin. And it's all kind of like dialogue for the most part, but it's really done well, just like the first scene in Inglourious Basterds.
Oh yeah.
Where
Tarantino.
you don't know who to believe or who's the good guy, who's the bad guy the entire time, or how it's going to end,
Yeah, that's
and
fantastic.
who to trust.
Right. No, that's fantastic. Really fantastic.
I gotta see that. I remember the previews for it.
It's on Netflix.
And then
My Netflix expired, man. I got the HBO now. And HBO, like someone telling you last week, I love that channel.
Go to the library again.
Yeah, I mean, I could just borrow. I'm sure I got like fucking friends who got Netflix pass.
Now it's almost necessary to have Netflix and Hulu and
Well, we got Hulu Live as our main
Yeah.
provider. So we do have to get rid of.
We got Amazon Prime and Netflix.
Well, Amazon Prime comes like Amazon. We got Amazon Prime.
I'm
now,
interested
so
in
some
that
movies in there.
Disney
Disney Plus. We're gonna
He
probably
was talking about it. It's like $8 a month.
Yeah,
away.
Yeah, yeah,
Bucks a
it's gonna
month.
be ridiculously cheap.
especially since Netflix is
Content will be
keeps increasing the price. With Disney Plus, it's gonna have all the Marvel movies and all the stupid
Star Wars, Simpsons.
all that stuff.
Well, see, I've never
all stuff our
watched
kids
those-
watches. So
I've never watched a single Star Wars, so that would be.
Well, with
now's
Marvel
the
movies.
time.
No, I would no. I'm not. I'm
No.
totally good. Never watching one of these things. I'm pretty sure.
And the plus for my kids is gonna have all the princess movies that are like
Yeah, there
impossible
you
to
go.
I
find.
get all the Simpsons on there too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All Fox stuff.
yeah, because
So you're number 5.
I'm gonna say, have you ever seen? I have 2 more. I'm gonna do. We have 2 more rounds. Wedding Crashers.
yeah.
That's another Will Ferrell one. But that movie's just top to
He's
bottom.
in there
It's
for like
fucking
30 seconds,
solid.
though, but
Well, yeah, he's just randomly Vince Vaughn on it, but that's just a solid fucking movie. It's just so quotable.
yeah, it's pretty good.
That gay dude that stops Vince Vaughn is just so fucking hilarious, and he takes a penny. This was a gift.
There were a lot of great comedies in the mid 2000s.
2005 was a great year for.
Yeah, before they started, like,
4-year-old version one came out that year too.
40-year-old virgin was a good one.
Old School was 03, and
Like
then Wedding Crashers was 05. Oh yeah.
Like mid late 2000s, there was a lot of great comedies.
Oh, yeah.
I'll make it my
Covers,
number
another
5. In fact, you know what I enjoyed, and I didn't think I would, was Hot Tub Time Machine.
Yeah, that's
Oh, it's
not
great.
I enjoyed that.
Browns
a
get to
lot.
the Super
I don't
Bowl.
think I've
Yeah.
seen that one.
Browns get to the.
bad. It was a squirrel.
Yeah,
I'll have to watch that. One.
yeah. In the movie, they
I didn't think I would like it. I said I was thoroughly entertained by it.
Hey, Kim, we'll have to stop by.
Like have
We've been having live issues on the air with Kayla, by the way. I know that she's Kayla's around here somewhere. So. See you in a little bit.
Issues.
Yeah, she's wet.
That look said it all.
Yeah.
Issues.
You'll have to watch the video. You have to watch the replay.
Yeah. All right. So,
And see if we actually can hear her in the background. Or
Yeah,
otherwise we just look crazy talking to nobody.
It's a group of guys who go to Aspen and they get in a time machine and they get sent back into a hot tub and they get sent back in time. So it's just any.
the
They
squirrel comes
relive
out of
their-
the field and knocks the ball over, and the Browns beat the Broncos in the AFC the drive game because they go back to that weekend is the weekend of the drive game. So the Browns go to the fucking Super Bowl. It's like that's in my top 10. I can't say it's in my top 5.
No.
top
I
6,
think remember because I think something happens where the squirrel intervenes, so they still fuck it up.
well, somehow the Browns get to the Super Bowl. I remember that part. It was fucking sweet though. All right, so that was your 5. Pat, what's 5 for you? You got the last
I'm
one.
gonna do Groundhog Day.
Groundhog Day was great.
Yeah,
Groundhog Day was
and
great.
it's such a
It's a great movie.
a simple concept, reliving the same day over and over again.
Did you see? They did a study on that movie where basically they had to figure out for him to master all of those things, like ice cutting and being a master pianist and all that kind of stuff. I think they said something like, or I think they asked the director, how long was he in the loop before he got out and fell in love with the girl? I think it said it was somewhere around like 1,000 years.
Wow.
That's
She-
crazy.
Yeah, I think as far as I know, it hasn't been before, but it's just a simple concept.
Well, I mean, everybody's day is pretty much their basic day to day is gonna be the fucking same. That's why the beauty of the movie. I mean,
And it's just
every day.
no, that's just great. Bill Murray's a perfect person.
There's actually on Netflix. On Netflix, I think I saw a trailer.
Russian Doll.
Yeah, Russian
It's
Doll.
been done. Yeah.
Same concept. This girl, it's like party night, whatever. She ends up dying and has to relive the same night over and over.
Yeah, there's like
And she's in a loop. And I think in the trailer it showed like someone else was in the loop too and doing the same thing. Like they're dying. Eventually they like meet up, like try to figure out how to.
They just came out with one called Happy Death Day that was like that. It was a movie.
yeah, Happy Death Day, and then Tom Cruise did one where he's in the future. He's fighting these robots and he gets killed. And I forget what it's called. It came out about 5 years ago.
So your last one.
Probably one of the new ones that came out, either like Infinity War or Endgame, because I really like those Marvel movies, and I've liked all of them. I haven't not liked a single one of them. I thought they were all really good, and I always like seeing the comic book characters come to life. So
It's amazing
I'll
how
say you didn't start. When did you start Downtown? It was like 2013.
yeah,
That movie that when I started 2012, 2011, and the first Avengers was being filmed down there, and they would block up traffic. the whole time, and it sucked.
Yeah,
It
traffic
sucked
was a nightmare
balls.
when they were fucking.
And then the Captain America Winter Soldier one was the worst. I was actually on
Because of the shoreway was
Yeah, they walked down the whole
they
shoreway.
closed off the entire shore.
So one day it was me and my buddy we were just driving down there. I got a ride home with him. I usually just took a ride, but I got a ride home that day. And we were just stuck there, and Channel 19 News come up and asked me what I was thinking about it. And I got live on the air. I was like, "This is bullshit. You know, why are they giving you guys tax credits to close down our freeways and stuff?" So yeah. So I, by nature, people have said Winter Soldier's good, but I'm not gonna fucking see it. Just because the traffic
He's not watching it on
just a principle, I'm not gonna watch
The
it.
traffic
best
pissed him
ones,
off
though.
so bad he'll never watch it.
Oh,
It's
those are the
funny.
best ones in my opinion.
What's funny is I only remember the Winter Soldier being filmed there, and I remember seeing the Avengers.
It's not.
You know, probably like 10, 15 times since it came out, and it wasn't until a few months ago that I realized that when Loki is in Germany
Yeah.
and like
The Hotel Straub. Yeah, it was
yeah,
crazy.
I didn't. Then I'm looking at it, man, that looks like just like Public Square.
Yeah.
There's Tower. That's Tower City.
Cleveland.
That's Cleveland. Oh, I know that city. Oh, I know that. Oh, they changed that. That went around.
So, who's
I,
your last-
like, I
what's
didn't
your last
realize
one?
that was downtown Cleveland until like the 15th time I've seen the movie.
I remember walking past that when all that. I wish I would have taken pictures back then. Well, I mean, it's all over the place, but yeah, they had the Renaissance was just Hotel Straub instead of the Renaissance. It was sweet. Well, I got two kind of, but I will
We have 10 minutes.
the Office Space was going to be one, but I've already seen that.
Oh, yeah.
I was going to go with the Fight Club, man. Fight Club.
Fight Club is good.
I mean, we've seen the cinema sins about Fight Club so many times. It's kind of hard to not watch it and think about that. But there's just it's such a great movie. Just you don't find out about it until the end.
And it's just more than just. I thought it was just dudes. I thought it was just about dudes fighting, and there's more to it than that.
I went through the whole movie and watched for every blip, and I paused it on the DVD and went through in slow mode every one of them. There's like 9 or 10 of the things where you can pause. Like sometimes Brad Pitt's just chilling.
Yeah.
Or the one in the theater where they show the porn for the kids. It's fucking hilarious.
Yeah, that's great. Kids are just crying.
So my last one, Goodfellas.
Oh yeah.
That's a good one.
Yeah,
That's a good one.
I
absolutely.
mean, there's no real disputing that is a classic.
No, absolutely not. Absolutely.
That's one of Mr. White and Mr. Pink and all of them.
No, that's
Reservoir
Reservoir Dogs.
Dogs.
Also,
That's also a great movie.
That's
too.
another great movie.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Goodfellas. What's the?
Goodfellas.
I haven't
is,
seen it, but
Scorsese, gangsters, Robert De Niro. Joe
Yeah, De
Pesci.
Niro.
Joe
Joe Pesci's crazy. He's like,
Oh yeah, it's like
I think I'm funny.
yeah. You think
Wait,
like, I look like
clown?
yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
He shoots the bartender,
Oh, that was
the
one
little
of the
bar
greatest.
back boy.
Oh yeah, one of the greatest.
Okay. All right. What was that?
That's all.
That's
it.
so
That's
honorable
the
mentions. Anyone said like it? That's a really good movie that you're thinking of now. That's
Office Space come to me. And that's just
Minister Society.
that's like I had a lot of buddies back in the day that would just. I had this one buddy, man. He would pay for everybody to go to the drive-ins just because he wanted to see Minister Society so bad and wanted people to go watch with him. They must have watched that movie 8 times in the theater, bro. It's fucking hilarious.
Minister Society's a classic, man.
I think like any of those John Hughes movies from the '80s, like Breakfast Club, 16 Candles, very similar.
Yeah, Breakfast Club's definitely underrated.
Yeah,
I remember watching that when I was sick at home from high school.
that's a great movie.
remember what's his Charlie Sheen, the
Yeah.
the jock guy.
No,
So Charlie Sheen's the leather jacket guy.
No, that's John Nelson.
Yeah, Charlie Sheen's
She's
not
on
in
it.
Breakfast Club.
No, who's the
Wow, I
who's
thought
the
it-
jock guy?
That's
Yeah,
Emilio Estevez.
Emilio
Yeah,
Estevez.
Estevez.
Yeah, it's funny when like he smokes weed and then he like goes crazy. It's like they took the scene out of
Oh yeah,
like,
he's
Reefer.
like glasses.
Right,
Yeah.
Reefer Man.
Yeah, they took it straight out of Reefer Madness. Like, oh, this is what's gonna happen.
All right, so let's
What else we got?
we gotta go with wings. So where do we get wings from today?
So we got the wings from Geppetto's.
Geppetto's. What did you think of the Geppetto's wings?
I thought it was good. Wish they were bigger. They weren't breaded this time, which bread not bread doesn't matter to me. They're both pretty good, but I thought the other ones a little bit better. So these are good. The other ones I give 83. I'd probably give these ones probably like 75.
75?
So good, solid. Nothing wrong with them, but
Yeah, I liked them. I thought they didn't put enough garlic parm on there. I would say the
do
little
you like it real garlicky? Like
yeah, like the little
like
nuggets
hit you in
on
the
there.
face.
Right, like the garlic nuggets are on there and stuff like that. They could put a little more garlic butter itself on there.
Yeah.
And they're decent. I mean, I wouldn't say I'm gonna go out of my way to get them, but if I was there, I'd eat them. I'd give them about 65. I'd say out of 100. On the scale, for those who don't remember, is 1 to 100. Just however we
Arbitrary.
totally arbitrary.
Be consistent with yourself. That's
Right.
it.
Pretty much, if we stay true to our own rankings, is what we're saying.
Yeah.
I did one wing again, just for the record.
So is there
One
any
wing.
stone
And then I tried to pick the smallest one, ended up with probably the biggest one. So it was like a fucking chicken leg, basically. So y'all got the small ones because I got the big one.
Yeah.
My fat ass just reached in and grabbed one, and that's the luck of the draw. Like you when you pick the death pool. I say 72.
Okay, so they got more than
So before was
yeah.
Oh, I really didn't like the last
Yeah,
one.
you didn't- you wasn't a
This
big fan
one was
of it.
way better.
Okay.
But again, it has a lot to do with the breading. I think the breading just sucks.
Yeah, I wasn't a fan of the breading with upper crust, and it was kind of a subtle taste. Where the taste kind of hits, in my opinion, hits you more. I'm going to go 87.
Okay, so that's the highest rating ever so far on there. So to wrap it up, we got 75, 65, 72, and 87. Let's do some math here.
you man.
Live on the math air here. We got about 5 minutes left here. We're going a little long with that.
So where are we gonna get him next time?
Who's up next? It's for you, brother. You're
Well, I'll be late next week, so it's going to be you. I'll take the week after.
okay.
You know what? Side note, just had wings today from Rallies. I didn't realize they had wings.
Well,
Oh,
Rallies
are
has
they?
great wings, actually.
Oh, there we
I
go.
used to get when we go to
They were
Dennis
good.
House all the time.
They were worthy of buying at a fast food joint.
$2.99.
That was it boneless or bone in? Oh,
Oh, bone in. I don't count like boneless wings as
they're like
wings.
chicken nuggets. basically.
Yeah, you have chicken nuggets, chicken strips, chicken fingers, chicken chunks, and then you have wings that actually have like the flats or the drumettes or whatever.
So we're doing like a flavor cycle. Like when will we start doing like another flavor? Like we're doing garlic parm theme.
I'd
right
say we
now.
all buy the garlic parm.
For a round.
Yep, and then we move on to the next flavor.
That's good.
So
I'm just.
we have 2 more weeks of garlic parm to determine the best garlic parm
Out of our
Hold on, man.
out of our 4.
out of our 4. So what flavor next do you think?
Yeah, Buffalo's good.
We could go buffalo
Barbecue.
barbecue.
Dude. Fuck.
All kinds.
Clear. Oh, there we go. Enter. All right, so 74.75.
0.75.
Okay, so
They beat the first one.
That surprised me because I like a fresh better.
Now here's the problem I'm gonna have. I've got to get wings from where I live and bring them all the way out
I
here.
think if you get them right before
Maybe,
you go-
maybe not. Or
Yeah, or just
find
right
a place
on the
around
way,
here.
yeah.
You know,
I don't know where around here. We're getting wings from the hood. People.
Okay, all right.
For sure, for sure.
do good wings.
All right, so there's one more thing I forgot to tell about the death pool. The time frame is just the end of the year. We're not doing anything. We're not doing like a year
End of the
calendar year.
calendar
Just the end of
year.
the calendar year, 12/13,
So like
12/31.
the first show after the year ends because
Yeah,
New Year's night could be somebody kicking off. So
right. Lindsay Lohan.
That's
that would have
true.
been a good pick. Just Lindsay Lohan. Just kidding.
But she's been
Oh,
awfully
yeah.
quiet.
Yeah, that's true. She's definitely.
I went for all train wrecks. I tried to go as fucked up as possible. He went senior
I went
citizens.
safe. in
Well,
all this
he went
years.
safe and steady wins race. You went just high risk, low reward.
I went nutbags
Yeah,
because
for sure.
somebody's gonna kick off.
Yeah, man. I'm surprised nobody died so far. It was we didn't really have anybody close really. Couple guys.
I
here and
was
there.
talking to my wife and I was like, "What if everybody in our death pool dies?
I would lose because I had so few
Everybody in our
points.
death pool, we'd be like the
Yeah, you
fucking
got old
curse.
people.
Oh, that'd be
Yeah.
horrible. Yeah, they're like nobody. would
Every
die.
single one, all the way down the list.
Our listenership would drop from 1 to 0.
No, our listenership would shoot through the roof.
Satan.
'Cause then we-
Oh, it would go viral.
Oh yeah, because then you'd have people tuning into the first show of the next round.
Who do we got this year?
We'd have people like petitioning to get on our fucking death pool and shit.
Petition not to be on.
Yeah.
Like don't.
Keep Vince Vaughn off the death pool or something.
Right.
All right, so that's about it. Well,
Leave Brittany alone.
any sports topics you guys want to hit up before go get Cavs draft coming up? 5th pick name, Cam Reddish maybe? I don't know. It's not exciting
I
anymore.
don't know. I hope the Indians can,
It's
win
fucking
a
soft,
game.
dude. They're so bad. I hate
We're
them.
all waiting for NFL season.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Wake me
It's
up.
going
Wake
to
me
be
up.
a long, torturous
Wake me
summer
up.
of
Get
Cavs
on.
sucking
When
and the Indians sucking.
September starts.
I mean, when did you ever think you'd be excited, as Cleveland Browns fans, to be excited of Cleveland, at least in the past?
Every year,
20 years?
because every year was a rebuilding year.
I am
You're waiting for the next year.
cautiously optimistic.
I'm all in.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
I think I'm 12
Bigger so makes me nervous, but
Oh no, I think we're gonna do fine. Just as of right now, I've seen this road before.
Oh, for sure. But I mean, if we've paved the road with gold now, so I mean, if it doesn't work this time, then fucking it's mad suicide
that.
fast, northeast Ohio, I guess.
Yeah. We'll have the number 1 pick in our own fucking draft.
Yeah, jeez.
yeah.
that happens, I'm not even gonna go. I'm just gonna watch flag football. So my hope is that the Browns win the Super Bowl, then the CTE concussion shit hits, and then they disband the league, so we go out on top, and then just have flag football. You worry about nothing. This is gonna happen. You're not gonna. This type of football is not gonna last forever.
Yeah, well, they just keep they're making it more.
They make it worse though. Them helmets, because you can hit harder with the pads. I read studies like the Australian League football shit.
Did
Where
this study
if
come
you
from a
tackle-
bean?
No, it wasn't.
Okay,
It's actually
okay.
like ESPN days or something like that. But like Australian rules football, I don't know what the fuck's called on it, but maybe some rugby. But you know how they tackle and shit without pads?
Yeah.
That's actually less. That's more safe for you because you're not hitting with all them fucking hard pads and hitting real hard and
Well,
shit.
that's same thing with boxing. We're pretty much out of time, but boxing, more concussions with gloves because people can hit harder.
That's what she said.
That one folds up now.
That's the phone catch.
Yeah, so that's why bare knuckles and shit was MMA was probably banning all that. I don't know.
Yeah.
Bare knuckles.
Like
boxing-
having the big heavy gloves that protects your hands when they're going all out. Otherwise, if you got the no gloves, less concussions because they're not hitting as
Right,
hard.
you ain't gonna hit hard to deliberately break your
No.
hand.
Right.
Like I'm not caving my hand against your skull, but if
Right.
I got a glove on, I'm gonna swing for the fences.
Okay, man. All right, well, we're about all time, guys. Anything else before we go? All right, we'll
See you next week.
See you next week, guys. Tune in
Bye.
live to the STD podcast Fridays at 9:30. All right.